showing you the case and the monitor and the bits and pieces that I got from Freecycle for absolutely nothing to start my... This is the PC. I've got the case open and I had a look in, and there's no memory for the memory. There and there. And there is something called an Inno 3D, which looks like the graphics card. It's in the AGP slot. A Trust modem and nothing else. But it seems to have an onboard NIC and USB ports and sound. So maybe I'll get away with it. M811 version 3.1. A hard disk from Freecycle, and it's 20 gigabytes. Into the PC, I've reinstalled that memory chip that I had, memory card, memory stick, and I have taken out one of the CD drives because I needed some screws, and I want it to boot from the top one, which seems to work. The second one down didn't seem to be working. So now I'm going to install the hard disk and see what happens. Okay, there's something to do before I start, and that's to, you can come up close to that, it's to set the jumpers. Just slot it into the drive, into the space, it's sitting in the base, sticks out a bit, I don't know if that's right. So you can now see the new screws I put in. I put the power supply in place, and I've put the cable to the IDE in place. So I've powered it up. I've had to sort the cables down. Some of the cables weren't in and some of them in the wrong place. Everything's working. We're now going through a millennium. Here we are. Very quickly we've got to the main desktop of the Puppy live distro, live from the CD. And all again, I put in the second hard disk, and we have, yeah, you can slot that above there. So now this is going to slide in. I have to set the jumper now to make this the slave, and that tells me that should be the slave. Get the slave off. Let's stick towards the power supply. See the first one. That's the line up there. That seems to work. Okay. It's going firmly. Now the other one beneath it. I had a problem with the Ubuntu installation. It seems to be something that's wrong with Grub, loading it, but having got it to fire up, there seems to be a fault with the hard disk itself. Okay, I reset the jumpers to make the Seagate hard disk, which I know is definitely working, was working fine before with just Puppy Linux on. I made that the master. I reset the jumpers on the Western Digital to make it display. I put Ubuntu and Edge Ubuntu onto the Seagate disk. Now I'm putting an install of Puppy Linux onto the Western Digital. Okay. Well, it's a bit of a sad story, really. I couldn't get the Puppy to boot under the Grub system, and so I did a search and found what I needed. I did a search online. That's an eBay page. Never mind that. And what it was, the Grub menu had got the wrong hard disk naming. So by editing out, it had SDA and it should have been HDB. By editing that, I managed to get it to dual boot. Fantastic! So problem solved, everything working hunky-dory. Now one of the hard disks has crashed and it's not booting at all, or it is sporadically. And I'm getting a lot of noise from the hard disk that keeps trying to access something that it doesn't seem to be able to. So I think my plan to put two hard disks in is fine in theory, but unfortunately one's broken. So I'm going to now set up a partition on one of the discs so we can dual boot on the disc with Ubuntu. There it goes now. Yeah, the slave one's broken, that's the secondary one. And it's got the name wrong for the first one, that's very strange. This Western desktop, this is very hot, is the offending one. I don't really want to partition the drive and run them both on a meager 20 gig hard disk. Okay, I'm now going to try the putting limits on the same hard disk as we have. Okay, so here it's loaded, it's running from a live CD, and so we'll go in now and try and install it. Sort out how to partition it so I don't wipe my existing. I found an optical drive cheaply from eBay, it's a used one, and it's a DVD, and I'm going to install that. I'll set that to slave. That's the other one, CD-ROM drive, the master. So now we're powering it up. See what happens with this new drive. I don't like that sound. It's never made that sound before. New drive's got power to it. It works. I have a system. I've got it for nothing. And it's running Puppy. And it's running Ubuntu